I woke up at 2:17 a.m. to the sound of my phone vibrating against the wooden nightstand. It wasn't loud, but in the dead silence of my apartment, it felt sharp enough to slice through sleep. I groaned, rolled over, and blindly reached for it, expecting some random notification or maybe a late-night spam message. The screen lit up my dark room. Unknown number. I almost ignored it. Almost. But then another message came in before I could lock the phone. Hey, it's me. Something about it made my chest tighten. I stared at the words, my sleep slowly draining away. It's me. Could be anyone. A wrong number. A prank. Someone drunk. I typed back, fingers sluggish. Who is this? 3 dots appeared immediately, like whoever it was had been waiting. You don't recognize me. A strange feeling crawled up my spine. I sat up, my blanket slipping off my shoulders. No. Who is this? There was a pause this time. Longer. Then the reply came. It's Layla. My heart stopped. Actually stopped. I stared at the name, my brain refusing to process it. My throat went dry. Layla. I hadn't seen that name on my phone in 10 years. 10 years. My fingers hovered over the screen, trembling. This isn't funny, I typed. My breathing had gotten shallow without me noticing. Why would I joke about that? The reply came. I swallowed hard. Because Layla was dead. She died when we were 17. Car accident. Rainy night. A drunk driver ran a red light. I remembered the phone call. I remembered screaming. I remembered the funeral. The smell of flowers. The suffocating silence. There was no way. Whoever you are, I typed, forcing steadiness into my hands, stop this. It's not funny. The response came instantly. Okay. Then tell me. Who used to climb through your window at 2 a.m. because her parents thought she was asleep? My breath caught. That memory hit me like a punch. Layla used to do that. All the time. She'd sneak out, climb the tree outside my house, and knock softly on my window. We'd stay up all night whispering, laughing about stupid things. I hadn't told anyone that. No one. I stared at the message, my heart hammering. Who told you that? I typed. You did, came the reply. My stomach twisted. No, I whispered to myself. This was impossible. Another message appeared. Do you still have the bracelet I gave you? The blue one with the tiny silver charm. You said you'd never take it off. My hand instinctively moved to my wrist. The bracelet was there. I had never taken it off. Tears blurred my vision. How do you know that? I typed. I told you. It's me. My chest felt tight, like I couldn't get enough air. No. I typed again, more desperately this time. Layla is dead. There was a pause. Longer than before. Then the message came. I know. The room suddenly felt colder. I looked around instinctively, like someone might be standing in the corner watching me. What do you mean you know? I typed. I remember everything, the reply said. The crash. The rain. The glass. My stomach dropped. No one knew those details. The police report wasn't public. Her parents never talked about it. How? I typed, my fingers shaking harder now. I woke up, the message said. My skin prickled. Where? I asked before I could stop myself. At first, I didn't know, the reply came. It was dark, cold, I couldn't move. My chest tightened painfully. I could hear things, voices, but they sounded far away. Like I was underwater. I squeezed my eyes shut. Stop reading. Just stop. But I couldn't. Then I heard you, the message continued. My eyes snapped open. What? I typed. At my funeral, it said. You were crying. You kept saying my name. My vision blurred again. No, I whispered. No, 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 you promised you'd never leave me, the message said. Tears slipped down my cheeks. I didn't leave you, I typed quickly. You died. Another pause. Then. Did I? My hands froze. What does that mean? I typed. I'm still here, it said. Aren't I? My heart was beating so hard it hurt. This isn't real, I muttered. Then why are you answering me? The message replied instantly. I couldn't respond. Because it was right. Because a part of me wanted, needed, to believe. Another message came. I missed you. My throat tightened. I missed you too, I typed before I could stop myself. The reply came slowly this time. I know. For a moment, everything felt almost normal. Like we were just two friends texting again. But then, I need your help. My stomach dropped. With what? I asked. There was a long pause. So long that I thought maybe it was over. Maybe the nightmare had ended. Then my phone buzzed again. I want to come back. Cold flooded my veins. What? I typed. I don't belong here, the message said. It's dark. It's empty. And I'm not alone. My breath caught. What do you mean you're not alone? They're here too, the reply came. The others. My hands went numb. Others. I typed. People who didn't finish, it said. People who were forgotten. A chill ran down my spine. What do you want from me? I asked. I need you to help me cross over, the message said. How? I typed. There was a pause. Then. I need a place. My chest tightened. A place. I repeated. Yes, it replied. Somewhere warm. Somewhere alive. My heart started racing again. No, I whispered. You promised you'd never leave me, the message said. I didn't mean this, I typed, panic rising in my chest. Another message came instantly. If you don't help me, I'll stay here. My fingers hovered over the screen. And if I stay here, it continued, they'll notice you. Ice ran through my veins. What does that mean? I typed. They can see me talking to you, it said. They want a way out too. My stomach twisted violently. No, I typed. No, no, no. If you don't let me in, the message said slowly, they'll come for you instead. My entire body went cold. You're lying, I typed. Am I? It replied. Then another message appeared. A photo. My breath caught as I opened it. It was my apartment. My living room. Taken from inside. I dropped the phone. It hit the floor with a sharp crack. For a second, I couldn't move. Then I slowly picked it up again, my hands shaking uncontrollably. How did you take this? I typed. I told you, the reply came. I'm close. My chest tightened. No, I whispered. You just can't see me yet. Tears streamed down my face. Please stop, I typed. Please. There was a pause. Then. Just say yes. My breathing became ragged. Say yes, and I can come back, it continued. We can be together again. Just like before. I shook my head, even though no one could see me. No, I whispered. Another message came. If you say no, they'll take you instead. My heart pounded violently. You don't have a choice. I stared at the screen, frozen. Say yes. My fingers trembled above the keyboard. Everything inside me screamed to throw the phone away. To run. To call someone. But another part of me, the part that missed her, that still wore her bracelet after all these years, hesitated. Say yes. The message blinked again. And then, my phone buzzed one more time. But this time, it wasn't from the unknown number. It was from my contacts. From her name. Layla. The number changed. My blood ran cold. And then, a new message appeared. I'm already here. My hands went completely still. I stared at the message until the words stopped looking like words and turned into something else, something heavy, something wrong. I'm already here. My throat tightened so much it hurt to breathe. No, I whispered, barely audible even to myself. I forced my fingers to move. Where? For a moment, nothing happened. No typing dots. No vibration. Just silence. Then, a sound. Soft. Behind me. A faint creak. The kind old wooden floors make when someone shifts their weight. My entire body locked. I was sitting on my bed, facing the door. Behind me was the window. Slowly, painfully slowly, I turned my head. Nothing. The curtains were still. The window was closed. The room looked exactly the same. Empty. I let out a shaky breath I didn't realize I'd been holding. My phone buzzed again. Don't look behind you like that. My heart slammed against my ribs so hard I felt dizzy. I can see you. A cold wave rushed through me. My eyes darted around the room again, faster this time. Corners. Ceiling. Closet. Nothing. You used to do that when you got scared, the message continued. Remember. My fingers barely obeyed me. If this is a joke, I typed, it's not funny anymore. You always say that when you're scared too. I bit my lip hard enough to taste blood. Stop pretending to be her. The typing dots appeared, disappeared, appeared again. You really think I'd forget the night you broke your mom's vase and blamed it on the cat? My stomach dropped. I cried with you in your room while you practiced what to say, the message added. Tears filled my eyes again. I told you to just tell the truth. My chest tightened painfully. And you said, another message came immediately, truth always gets people in trouble. The phone slipped slightly in my grip. I remembered saying that. I remembered her laughing softly and saying, only if you're scared of it. My vision blurred. This isn't possible, I whispered. I know it's hard to accept, the message replied. It was hard for me too. I shook my head. No, Layla is gone. Another pause. Then opened the door. My eyes snapped to my bedroom door. It was closed. Completely still. What? I typed. Open it, the message said. My heartbeat thudded in my ears. I'm right outside. My stomach twisted violently. No, I typed immediately. Why not? It replied. Because this isn't real. Another pause. Then, okay. Silence again. For a second, I thought maybe it was over. Maybe I had refused, and whatever this was had given up. Then, knock. I froze. A soft, deliberate knock echoed through my apartment. 3 taps. Exactly how she used to knock on my window. My breath caught in my throat. Knock, knock, knock. Again. Tears streamed down my face as my body refused to move. Open the door, the message came. I can't, I typed, my vision shaking with every heartbeat. Why? It asked. Because you're not her. The knocking stopped. Completely. The silence that followed felt heavier than the sound. Seconds passed. Then my phone buzzed again. You're right. My chest tightened. She wouldn't be afraid of me. I swallowed hard. What are you? I typed. The typing dots appeared instantly this time. Something about that made my skin crawl. I told you, it replied. I'm Layla. No, I whispered. Then what am I? The message asked. I didn't answer. Because I didn't know. Another message came. Do you remember the night of the accident? My heart skipped. I was supposed to stay at your house, it continued. That was true. She had planned to sleep over. But her parents made her come home early. I didn't want to go, the message said. You remember that? I nodded instinctively, even though no one could see me. I said something before I left, it added. My chest tightened. I remembered that too. But I didn't want to think about it. What did I say? The message asked. My fingers trembled. You said, you'd come back tomorrow. There was a pause. Then, that's not what I meant. A cold wave washed over me. What do you mean? I typed. I said I'd come back no matter what. My breath hitched. You laughed. The message continued. You said that sounded creepy. My stomach twisted. I told you I was serious. The room suddenly felt smaller. Like the walls were closing in. I always keep my promises. My heart pounded wildly. No, I whispered. You promised too. Tears blurred everything. I didn't promise this, I typed. You promised you'd never leave me, the message said again. I didn't leave you, I repeated desperately. Then prove it. My fingers froze. How? I asked. There was a long pause. Long enough that dread began to settle deep in my chest. Then, let me in. I shook my head immediately. No. Why? It asked. Because something is wrong. Silence. Then, you can feel it too, can't you? My breath caught. The room suddenly felt colder. Heavier. Like the air itself had thickened. What? I typed slowly. There's something else here, the message said. My eyes widened. Don't try to scare me, I typed, but the words felt weak even to me. I'm not trying to scare you, it replied. Another message came immediately after. I'm trying to warn you. A chill ran down my spine. My gaze drifted, almost against my will, toward the closet. The door was slightly open. I was sure I had closed it before going to bed. My heart started racing again. Do you see it? The message asked. My breath became shallow. No, I typed, though I hadn't actually looked inside. Don't lie. My fingers tightened around the phone. I'm not. Another pause. Then, it's been watching you since you picked up the phone. My blood ran cold. Stop. I typed quickly. Stop saying things like that. I didn't bring it, the message said. It followed the connection. My chest felt like it was caving in. What connection? I asked. You. The word hit harder than anything else. You answered, it continued. You opened the door a little. My hands shook violently. No, I didn't. You did, it insisted. Every message, every reply, you made a path. A sudden sound broke the silence. A faint scratch. From inside the closet. I stopped breathing. My eyes locked onto the narrow gap in the door. Another scratch. Slow. Deliberate. My heart pounded so loud I thought I might pass out. Do you hear it? The message asked. I couldn't type. I couldn't move. I told you, it continued. They're not alone. Another scratch. Closer this time. Like something shifting inside. Tears streamed down my face as I finally forced my fingers to move. What do I do? The reply came instantly. Let me in. My breath hitched. I can protect you. I stared at the message. You said something else was there, I typed. How do I know you're not the same? There was a pause. Longer than before. Then, you don't. My chest tightened. But I'm the only chance you have. The closet door creaked slightly. Just a little. But enough. Enough to make my entire body go cold. Please, I whispered. Say yes, the message urged. The scratching stopped. Silence filled the room again. Thick. Heavy. Waiting. My fingers hovered over the screen. One word. That's all it would take. Yes. Or no. My phone buzzed again. If you don't decide, the message said slowly, it will. The closet door creaked again. Wider this time. Darkness spilling out like something alive. My heart pounded so hard it hurt. My hands trembled uncontrollably. And then, something moved inside. I couldn't see it clearly. Just a shape. Too tall. Too still. Watching. My vision blurred with tears. My thumb hovered over the screen. And finally, I typed one word. My thumb trembled above the screen for a long second before it finally dropped. Yes. The message sent. For a moment, nothing happened. No reply. No movement. Just silence stretching so thin it felt like it would snap. Then, everything changed. The air in the room shifted instantly, like pressure dropping before a storm. My ears rang. The temperature plummeted so fast my breath came out in faint white clouds. My phone buzzed. Good. The word made my stomach twist. Another message followed. Don't move. I froze exactly where I was, sitting on the edge of the bed, eyes locked on the closet. The door creaked open a little more. The darkness inside wasn't normal darkness. It looked thick, heavy, like something you could reach out and touch. And inside it, that shape. Still there, watching. My phone buzzed again. I need you to stay very still, the message said. No matter what you hear. My breathing became shallow. What are you doing? I typed. I'm coming in. A sudden sound echoed from the hallway. A sharp crack, like something hitting the front door. I flinched. Another crack, louder this time. Wood splintering. My heart leapt into my throat. What was that? I typed frantically. They found you. My blood ran cold. No, no, you said you would protect me. I will, the message interrupted. But you have to trust me. The front door slammed open. The sound echoed through the apartment like a gunshot. Heavy footsteps followed. Slow. Dragging. Not human. Not normal. My entire body shook as I stared at my bedroom door. Each step grew louder. Closer. Closer. My phone buzzed again. Don't look at them, the message said. My chest tightened painfully. How many are there? I typed. A pause. Then. More than before. My stomach twisted violently. Before what? The footsteps reached the hallway just outside my room. Then, they stopped. Complete silence. I could hear my own heartbeat. Nothing else. Then the doorknob began to turn. Slowly. Deliberately. I bit down on my lip to stop myself from screaming. Don't move, the message repeated. The door creaked open. Just a little. A narrow gap. Darkness filled the space beyond it. But then, something shifted in that darkness. A face. Or something trying to be one. Too long. Too stretched. Eyes too wide. Smiling. My vision swam as I fought the urge to look away. My phone buzzed again. I'm here. The words sent a jolt through me. And then, the room went colder. Colder than before. Colder than anything I had ever felt. My breath caught as something moved behind me. Not from the closet. From right behind me. On the bed. The mattress dipped slightly. Like someone had just sat down. Tears spilled down my face as I slowly turned my head. And I saw her. Layla. Or something that looked like her. Her face was the same. But pale. Too pale. Her eyes. They were wrong. Too dark. Too deep. Like there was no end to them. But she was smiling. Softly. The way she used to. I told you I'd come back, she whispered. Her voice was almost the same. Almost. My throat closed up. Layla. I choked out. Her smile widened. I missed you. The thing at the door suddenly twitched. Its head jerked unnaturally as it looked past me, at her. The smile on its face disappeared instantly. Its body tensed. Like it was afraid. Lila's expression changed. The softness vanished. Her eyes darkened further. And when she spoke again, her voice wasn't soft anymore. Get out. The word echoed unnaturally, like multiple voices layered over each other. The thing at the door let out a horrible sound. A distorted screech that made my ears ring. But it didn't move. It just stared. Lila's head tilted slightly. Then, she smiled again. But this time, it wasn't her smile. It was something else. Something wrong. You don't belong here, she said. The thing in the doorway suddenly jerked backward. Like something had pulled it. Its limbs twisted unnaturally as it stumbled into the hallway. Another screech echoed. Then, silence. The hallway went still. Empty. Gone. I stared, unable to breathe. Layla slowly turned her head back toward me. And for a moment, she looked normal again. Almost. I protected you, she said softly. My heart pounded in my chest. What are you? I whispered. She didn't answer right away. Instead, she reached out slowly, and touched my wrist. Right where the bracelet was. Her fingers were freezing, but I couldn't pull away. You kept it, she said quietly. Tears slipped down my cheeks. I told you I would, I whispered. She smiled faintly. I know. For a second, just 1 second, it felt like everything was okay again. Like nothing had changed. Like she really was my best friend. Back. Alive. But then, her grip tightened. Suddenly. Too tight. Pain shot through my wrist. I gasped. Her smile didn't fade. You said yes. My stomach dropped. What? I whispered. Her eyes darkened again. You let me in. Cold fear spread through my chest. I thought. My voice broke. You were going to protect me. I did. Her voice echoed again. That layered, unnatural sound. They're gone now. My heart raced. Then, why are you? Because now, she interrupted softly, there's space. My blood ran cold. Space? For what? Her smile widened slowly. For something new. My entire body went rigid. No, I whispered. You promised, she said. Tears streamed down my face. I didn't mean this. Her head tilted again. You always say that when you're scared. My breath came in short, panicked bursts. Layla, please, for a moment, just a moment, something flickered in her eyes. Something human, something familiar, but it disappeared just as quickly. You shouldn't have answered the first message, she said quietly. My heart shattered. Then, her grip tightened even more. Pain exploded through my arm as something cold began spreading from her touch. Up my wrist, into my veins. I screamed, but no sound came out. Everything around me started to blur. The room, the walls, the bed, all fading, all dissolving. Her voice echoed one last time. Soft, distant. You won't be alone anymore. Darkness swallowed everything, and the last thing I saw was my phone. Still in my hand, screen glowing, a new message appearing. From my number. To someone else. Hey, it's me. Darkness didn't feel like sleep. Sleep is soft, quiet, distant. This wasn't. This was heavy, pressing in from every side, like I was buried under something thick and endless. I couldn't move, couldn't breathe, couldn't even tell if I had a body anymore. But I could feel. Cold. So much cold. And then, voices. Faint at first. Murmuring. Whispering. Too many to count. They overlapped, tangled together, forming something almost like words but not quite. My mind strained to understand, but every time I got close, the meaning slipped away. Then one voice cut through the rest. Clear. Close. You're awake. My chest tightened. Except I didn't have a chest. Not really. Not in the way I remembered. Where am I? I tried to say, but no sound came out. Still, something heard me. They always ask that, the voice replied calmly. The darkness shifted slightly. Or maybe I did. I wasn't sure. Am I dead? I asked. Or thought I did. A pause. Then. Not yet. A wave of confusion hit me. Then what is this? Another pause. Longer this time. As if whatever was speaking was deciding how much to tell me. This is where you wait. The whispers around me grew louder for a moment. Restless. Hungry. For what? I asked. The answer came immediately. For your turn. Cold dread seeped deeper into whatever was left of me. No, I thought. No, I didn't. You said yes. The words hit like a hammer. Memories flooded back. The messages. The knocking. The closet. Layla. My breath, if I had one, shattered. Layla. I whispered into the void. A soft sound echoed, almost like a laugh, but not kind. Names don't matter here, the voice said. Anger flared weakly inside me. That was her, I insisted. I saw her. You saw what it needed you to see. The whispers around me shifted again. Some of them sounded closer now. Curious. Listening. No, I said. You're wrong. Another pause. Then why are you here, and it isn't? Silence. I had no answer. The darkness pressed tighter. And then, something changed. A faint glow appeared in the distance. Small. Weak. But real. What is that? I asked. The voice didn't respond right away. When it finally did, it sounded different. Almost cautious. A door. Hope sparked. Sharp and painful. A way out. I asked quickly. The whispers around me grew louder again. Uneasy. No one leaves, the voice said. Then what is it? I pressed. Silence. Then. A way through. My thoughts raced. Through where? No answer. The glow flickered slightly. And for a moment, I thought I saw something moving inside it. A shape. Familiar. My heart clenched. Layla, I called. The glow pulsed. And suddenly, my phone appeared in my hand. Out of nowhere. Solid. Real. The screen lit up instantly. A message. From her. I told you I'd find you. My hands were back, trembled as I stared at the screen. Where are you? I typed. The reply came instantly. Close. The glow in the distance brightened. You see the light, don't you? My breath hitched. Yes. Come to me. The whispers around me erupted. Louder. Angrier. No, some of them seemed to say. Or maybe I was imagining it. Don't listen to them, her message came quickly. They don't want you to leave. Is it really you? I typed. A pause. Then. Do you still wear the bracelet? My hand moved instinctively. It was still there. Cold against my skin. Tears blurred my vision. Yes. I'm waiting for you. The glow flickered again. Brighter now. Stronger. Pulling me. I don't know how to move, I typed. You don't walk, she replied. Then how? Just want to be here. The words felt strange, but something about them made sense in a way I couldn't explain. I focused on the light. On her. On the memory of who she used to be. And suddenly, I moved. Not walking. Not running. Just. Closer. The darkness stretched and shifted around me as I drifted toward the glow. The whispers grew frantic. Louder. Closer. Some of them brushed against me. Cold. Desperate. Stay. They seemed to beg. Don't go. My heart pounded. I have to. I whispered. The light grew larger. And inside it, I could see her. Clearly now. Layla. Standing there. Just like before. Smiling. Warm. Familiar. Relief flooded through me so hard it hurt. I knew you'd come, she said. Her voice sounded normal again. Perfectly normal. I reached out, my fingers almost touching the edge of the light. And then, something grabbed my arm. Hard. Cold. I gasped. A shape emerged from the darkness beside me. Not fully visible. Just hands. Too many hands. Gripping me. Pulling me back. No, I cried. They don't want you to leave, Layla said softly from the light. Help me, I screamed. She didn't move. Didn't step forward. Didn't reach out. Just come to me, she said. I can't. I struggled against the grip. The hands tightened. Pain shot through me. Please, I begged. Her smile didn't change. You're almost here. Something inside me cracked. Why won't you help me? I shouted. For a moment, her expression flickered. Just slightly. And I saw it again. That wrongness. That emptiness behind her eyes. They didn't help me either, she said quietly. My blood ran cold. What? The hands pulled harder, dragging me back into the darkness. No, I screamed. You said you'd protect me. She tilted her head. I did. My mind reeled. They're holding you, she continued. Not me. The grip tightened again. Agony exploded through my arm. Then do something, I begged. She smiled again. Slowly. Softly. Say yes. My heart stopped. What? Say it again, she said. The darkness around me shifted. The whispers grew louder. Closer. Hungry. Say yes, she repeated. My breath came in ragged bursts. No, I whispered. Her smile faltered. Just a little. Then stay. The hands pulled harder, dragging me away from the light. No. Wait, I cried. But she was already fading. The glow dimming. Her figure dissolving. Layla, I screamed. Her voice echoed one last time. You should have never answered. The light vanished. Completely. Darkness swallowed everything again. The hands released me suddenly. I collapsed. Or felt like I did, into nothing. The whispers returned. Louder than ever. Surrounding me. Closing in. And then, my phone buzzed. Still in my hand. Still glowing. A new message appeared. From a different number this time. Hey, can you hear me? My breath caught. Another message came. Please don't ignore this. The whispers around me quieted slightly. Listening. Watching. Waiting. My fingers trembled. I knew what this was. I knew what would happen. All I had to do was not reply. Just ignore it. Let it fade. Let it end. But the screen glowed in the darkness. Bright. Alone. And the message appeared again. Please. I think I'm dead. My thumb hovered over the screen. Shaking. And slowly, without thinking, I started typing. I typed the first word slowly, my fingers trembling so badly I almost hit the wrong keys. I can hear you, I wrote. The reply came instantly. Thank God. Please, help me. My chest constricted. Every nerve in my body screamed at me not to. Not to trust this. Not to touch anything. Not to answer. But a part of me, maybe the part that remembered her laugh, her smile, our secrets, couldn't stop. Where are you? I typed. I don't know, came the reply. It's dark. So dark. And they're here. They're everywhere. I swallowed hard. Every instinct was telling me to throw the phone away, to run, to hide, to do anything but respond. But I couldn't. I had to know if it was really her. If she was trapped. If there was a way to save her. Who's there? I typed. They followed me, the message came. The others. The ones who never left. They want more. My heart sank. My pulse raced. The memory of the hands in the darkness returned, dragging me toward nothing. Wait. Stay calm, I typed. I'll find a way. Tell me where exactly you are. A long pause. I can't see. It's like being underwater. Floating. But there are shapes. Watching. Smiling. Waiting. My stomach twisted. Shapes. I asked. Can you describe them? They look like people, but not. They're twisted. Hollowed. Shadows pretending to be people. I think they were friends once. Or family. Maybe. They just want someone to answer. I froze. My mind raced. Everything I'd felt. Every shiver. Every whisper. Every crack in the apartment that night. It all clicked. This wasn't just Layla. This was something bigger. Older. Darker. Hungry. They're not going to stop, I typed. We have to do something. Another long pause. Then a new message. I remember, your bracelet. You never took it off. You can't leave me here alone. I felt my pulse hammer in my throat. Layla, I don't know if I can, please, she whispered. You have to. Only you can open the way. My fingers froze over the screen. Open the way, I typed. What way? The light, she replied. The one I showed you. The one I was in. That's the only way out. You have to bring it here. You have to guide me to it. I shook my head. I can't. I don't know how. You do. You've always known. The reply came immediately. Just remember, trust me. Trust the bracelet. I looked down at my wrist. The cold silver charm glinted faintly in the darkness. Somehow, it pulsed. Softly. Almost like a heartbeat. Okay, I typed. I'll try. But you have to stay with me. I'm here, the reply came. Always. I took a deep breath, or at least I tried. The darkness around me seemed to pulse with awareness, the whispers rising and falling like waves threatening to drag me under. Shapes began to shift, twisting, watching, closing in. Step toward the glow, her next message said. Do not stop. Do not hesitate. They will try to scare you. My hands shook violently as I reached forward, toward nothing. And then, somehow, the faint light appeared in the void. It flickered, weak, hesitant, almost alive. Good, she said. Keep going. I'm right behind you. Another whisper from the darkness hissed my name. A long, drawn-out version that made my blood run cold. Ignore them, she said calmly. Just focus on me. I reached further. The light grew slightly stronger. And I felt it. A pull. Not physical, but deep in my chest. Like the bracelet on my wrist was tethering me to something real, something alive. Something that could bring her back. Almost there, she whispered. Then the darkness surged suddenly. Hands, cold, shadowy, hollow, shot out and grabbed me. Clawing at my arms, my legs, trying to drag me away. Keep going, Layla shouted, and her voice, it cut through the chaos. Clear, solid, human. The hands screamed, or maybe that was in my own head. I don't know. All I knew was I kept moving. Step by invisible step, toward the light. Then, just as the shadows were about to overwhelm me, the bracelet glowed bright. Blinding, warm, and I felt her hand, real, solid, freezing, but real, grasp mine. Together, she said. I reached out, and she pulled me forward. The light engulfed us both. The shadows shrieked, clawing at the edges. But the bracelet pulsed, stronger, brighter, driving them back. And then, we were out. I was breathing. I could see. The room was normal. My apartment, my bed, my phone, lying on the floor, screen cracked, glowing faintly. And she was there. Layla. Standing, real, alive. But something in her eyes, the darkness hadn't fully left. She smiled faintly, softly, almost familiar. I'm here, she whispered. And I knew, it wasn't over. Because whatever had been in the darkness, it had followed us. And now, it was patient. Watching, waiting. I shivered, and my phone buzzed. A new message. From an unknown number. Hey, it's me. I dropped it. But deep down, I knew. It had never stopped. It never would. And this time, it knew I had seen too much. The darkness was coming, and there was no escaping. If you want, I can continue this into the final terrifying climax where she has to face the shadows completely. By the end, it becomes full-on horror that could go viral online. Do you want me to do